During this time when Isaiah was praying for Jerusalem, let's not forget about Jonah, the other prophet who had an attitude, and the people of Nineveh, which is the capital of Assyria, which are now giving so much trouble to the Jews. After that first generation had accepted the true God of heaven because of Jonah's reluctant preaching, the next generation immediately started to go downhill and worship idols and things again. And so the Assyrians are giving the Israelites a terrible time, especially in Jerusalem. But God had raised up another prophet to help Isaiah, and this prophet was Hosea. And he was trying to help Isaiah turn the people back to the Lord in the city. But a lot of them had been taken away into Assyrian captivity by these Ninevites who had once turned to God and then left. Everybody's always leaving God. Not good. And so anyway, these two prophets were trying to help the people, the Israelites again. But Assyria was making them plant food for Assyria. They were putting heavy taxes on them for Assyria. And everything they did was for Assyria instead of for the Israelite people. But the one tribe, Judah, remained faithful. Thank goodness for Judah. And so we have Isaiah and Hosea who are trying to pump the blood, the life back into Israel again. But the temple was in such disarray. And they went through 4 kings that were not very friendly toward the Lord. And this is Israel. And they have fallen so far away from God, always falling away. But during this time, about the 4th king in, there was a wonderful man named Hezekiah. And Hezekiah loved the Lord very much in his heart. And so he wanted to get the temple all fixed up and everything. And he had somebody with him. I can't say his name right now. But the temple was just a mess. And it was in disarray, nothing in order. In fact, a lot of the enemy the Assyrians had taken things out of the temple. And it was dirty and dusty and things missing and crumbling, and it was in a terrible shape. And so this one fellow and King Hezekiah wanted to, I wish I could think of his name. Anyway, he was a ruler before Hezekiah, this king, but he wanted to fix up the temple again. And he wasn't in power for very long. But as he was going through all of the papers and the books and the trash and everything through the temple, he found the book of the law that Moses had written. He found it. And he said, this is what we need. And this is when Hezekiah is now coming on the scene too. And they reinstituted, and it says he found the book down in the rubble, and he brought it up to showcase it, the highlight of their lives. Now, that's God's words. And so they had a feast. Of course, they're always feasting. And they instituted again, or reinstituted, the feast of the Passover, and were rejoicing about that. Well, that man died, but Hezekiah was now the king, and the Assyrians were putting threats on them left and right. they're going to come in, and they wanted to even get the tribe of Judah. And so Hezekiah wanted so much to fight the Assyrians, but he got sick, really sick. And he called for Isaiah to please come and pray with him. And he told Isaiah how much he wanted to defeat the Assyrians. But he was so sick that he couldn't even fight, let alone, rule. And so this is the cool thing. Isaiah said, well, what would you like? And Hezekiah said, see that sundial outside? See it? He said, I would like to see that sundial go backwards 10 degrees. Then I know the Lord heard my prayer and is with me. I want 15 more years so I can finish this thing. And Isaiah prayed with Hezekiah, and sure enough, as Hezekiah was laying on his sickbed, the sundial went back 15 degrees. And the Lord told him he would give him, no, it went back 10 degrees. And the Lord told him he would have 15 more years to rule. And there was one more time in the Bible where the Lord made the sun stand still. He stopped time. And that's, remember when, what's his name? Starts with Joshua. Wanted to kill somebody and take over, took down the walls of Jericho. And here's the second time God has made the sun to run under his command. And the sun backed up 10 degrees and gave Hezekiah 10 more years. And they did defeat him. So I'm going to leave off there right now. Oh, I just can't remember all of these names. Oh, there's so many names. There were different kings in there, and I'm not even going to try to remember their names. Okay, I'll be back again. Bye-bye.